Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Joseph Flahiff. You're watching the module, Values Directly Shape Your Walk. In this module today, we're going to talk about what it's like to understand your values better, why you need to understand your values better, and how that will help you in the long term be more successful as a business owner, as a leader. There are different types of values. You may have heard of some of these, you may not. You've probably heard of core values. These are my core values. This is what I hold believe. But I want to explain to you 5 different types of values. The first one is accidental values. I mean, I've not ever thought of this, but accidental values are the things that you just kind of stumbled onto. You don't necessarily think that they're important to you on a personal level, but you do them because your work or your social group or it's expected, right? These are good values to know and understand because it's important that you question these values. Sometimes you just accepted them. They're actually values. Are they actually values you want to hold? Is that something you really want to value? If not, then you want to work on eliminating them or changing them. So that's accidental values. They're just things that they've just become part of you because of who you hang around with, really. The next one is aspirational values. You may have heard of this or know pretty intuitively what that means. These are the values that you wish you held, but you struggle to keep. Right? These are the ones that you aspire to become like. They're the values that you want to move towards. These are good and important values because they keep us growing. Defining your aspirational values is actually pretty fun part of this exercise because that's the ones that we think of as like, oh yeah, I want to become more like this. The next one is the permission to play values. This is the values that say, I won't hang around you if you don't hold these values. These are the most basic values. These are the ones that you will never, under any circumstances, either break or associate with people who break them, right? So for some people, it's maybe honesty, maybe integrity, maybe it's fidelity. These are the minimum acceptable standards that you have of behavior, right? Maybe it's people who if you have a problem with drinking, maybe it's people who drink. I will not hang around with people who treat alcohol lightly because I don't drink, right? Or maybe that's one of your permission to play values. Or I will not abide people who are constantly negative, right? Who are always the downer. I just can't hang out with those people because life's too short to be upset all the time. Or maybe it's people who lie or people who gossip a lot. Won't hang out with people who gossip. I don't abide that, so I won't be around them, right? That may be one of the permission to play values. That's the idea. These are things that you just, under no circumstances, will tolerate. The next set of values are your core personal values. So your core values are the ones that truly define who you are, right? These are your individual values that they're your deeply held beliefs and standards that you don't violate, you won't violate. These are the ones that drive your actions and behaviors in just about every aspect of life. They help you make decisions and they guide your actions. Now, sometimes we have core values that are accidental values, and we want to examine that and decide whether we want to keep that or not. The next are the core business values, and they're essentially the same thing. Core business values are your deeply held beliefs that you hold about business, right? So as a solopreneur, these are often identical to your core values, but maybe not. I mean, they may be somewhat similar, or you may have specific values to your business. So the next thing that we're going to do is go through the values exercise. So in your packet, you'll find this values exercise worksheet. It comes with all these descriptions that I just went over and describes all these values to you. Next to that is a list, or on the next sheet actually, is a list of values, just individual words. And the worksheet will walk you through highlighting those and talking and allocating those to the different buckets so you can understand what your different value types are. This is a really short lesson from an audio track perspective, from a video perspective, but take your time. Take your time and do the exercise, right? So the next thing is to do the exercise and share your results. Share them with your friends. Share them with your coach. Share them with your spouse. Get feedback on them. Particularly in the area of, well, in all of them. Just get people's feedback. Do you see these values lived out in my life? If not, maybe there are things that you want to work on, right? Get the feedback from your friends and from your coach to be able to grow in this area. So that's it. That's the short one. Super short, but super powerful. Thank you for being with us today. This is Joseph Flahiff.